beginner.
So, you're ready to explore the cosmos. You've decided you're going to buy your first piece of gear, and right away you run into this huge debate, the one every single amateur astronomer faces: telescope or binoculars. One promises these incredible close-ups, the other, this huge sweeping view. But here's the real question. Which one is actually the right choice to start with? And this isn't just about a list of features. Believe me, this decision is going to shape your entire experience with the night sky. And the stakes, they're pretty high. You know, getting this right can launch an amazing, lifelong passion. But getting it wrong? Well, that usually just leads to a very frustrating and very expensive dust collector sitting in the corner of your room. So let's make sure we get this right. Okay, let's dive right in with our first option, the one that so many seasoned astronomers will tell you is the absolute perfect starting point: a simple, humble pair of binoculars. Think of it like this. Learning the sky with binoculars is kind of like learning to drive an automatic car. It's super intuitive and it lets you focus on the road, or in this case, the stars. The real superpower is that massive wide field of view, which is just essential for learning your way around the constellations. They're the ultimate grab-and-go instrument, and honestly, dollar for dollar, you get way better optical quality. And their biggest advantage is just how simple they are. I mean, the user manual is basically 2 steps. Point them up at the sky, and look, that's it. There are no complicated mounts, no alignment procedures, just an instant reward. So what can you actually see with these things? Well, the moon is it's breathtaking. You'll see thousands of craters, these vast dark plains and mountain ranges, all with this stunning, almost 3-dimensional feel that will get you hooked from the very first night. And yep, you can see planets. Even a basic pair of binoculars will show you Jupiter, not just as a star, but as a clear, distinct disk. And right next to it, you'll spot its 4 biggest moons, the Galilean moons, looking like these tiny little stars in a perfect straight line. It's incredible. All right, so if binoculars are so great, why does anyone even buy a telescope? Well, it's all about going from just exploring the cosmic neighborhood to visiting a specific distant address. It's all about the power to zoom way, way in. See, a telescope's main draw is its raw power. We're talking high magnification that lets you see details that are just impossible with binoculars. Its bigger mirror or lens gathers so much more light, making faint things like distant galaxies pop. Plus, you can upgrade them, and they're your ticket into the amazing world of astrophotography. And what does that power really look like? It looks like this. We're talking about magnification that takes you from seeing Jupiter as just a disk to seeing the actual weather on Jupiter. That is a whole different level of observing. And this is the view that changes everything for so many people. With a telescope, you will see the magnificent, unmistakable rings of Saturn. It's a sight that never, ever gets old, and it's really the true domain of the telescope. So remember seeing Jupiter's moons with binoculars? Well, a telescope takes that view and reveals the planet's actual cloud bands. And on a good night, you might even spot the legendary Great Red Spot, a storm that's bigger than our entire planet. And that faint little oval smudge of the Andromeda galaxy you might spot in binoculars, in a telescope, it's completely transformed. All that light-gathering power makes our galactic neighbor show up as a much brighter, larger, and way more substantial object in the eyepiece. Okay, we've arrived at what is maybe the most crucial point in this entire explainer. Seriously, this is the piece of advice that can save you from a world of frustration and disappointment. Here it is. The single biggest mistake a beginner can possibly make is rushing out to buy a cheap, low-quality telescope. This is a trap, and it has claimed countless would-be astronomers over the years. These things even have a nickname in the astronomy community. They're called hobby killers. And why? Because their mounts are incredibly shaky, and their optics are just terrible. The view ends up being dim, blurry, and it wiggles every single time you breathe, leading to nothing but pure frustration. Let's just put that into perspective. For the same amount of money, for about $100, a good pair of binoculars gives you a bright, wide, stable view and instant joy. A bad telescope at that same price, you get a dim, blurry, shaky view, a setup that will drive you crazy, and a hobby that's over before it even starts. The choice is pretty clear. So with that huge warning in mind, how do you actually make the right choice for you personally?
Well, it really all comes down to two things: your goals and your budget. So here's the final breakdown, your checklist. Go with binoculars if you're an absolute beginner just learning the sky. If your budget is under $200, or if you just really value being able to grab something and go for a quick look. Now, you should choose a telescope if you already know your way around the constellations, if your main goal is seeing detail on planets, and this is key, if your budget is over $250 for a good quality beginner model.
You know, in the end, this whole debate really just boils down to this one simple truth. The absolute best instrument is not the one with the biggest numbers or the fanciest features. It's the one you will actually take outside and use most often. Simple as that.
Look, there really is no wrong answer here. Only the answer that gets you outside and looking up at all the wonders of the universe. So after weighing all the evidence, which instrument are you going to choose to start your cosmic journey?